If you know me, lately I've been absolutely, completely, wholly obsessed with the Trial Chamber and make it ominous and it's off the charts. I can't even put it into words. Over the course of the next however many minutes it is, we're gonna do something of a little bit of a deep dive, if you will, into the ominous effect and talk about some things you probably didn't know, and one giant thing I can almost guarantee you had no clue how it works. Ominous. Oh boy, every single time I think of that word, I now see on the inside of my eyelids, red eyes staring at my eyeballs. I can't get them away. These icons are the most fire icons in the entire game. They're so good, and that's the best spot to start. Alright, so with one done, let's move on. Quick question, how do you actually get your hands on the ominous bottle? Do you know? So of course, you'll have a couple options inside of the Minecraft 1.21 trial chamber structure, but also you're gonna have probably more commonly an option up here on the surface. From time to time, we've all seen it. We're at our base and one of these little patrols shows up with a bannerhead. Bannerhead traditionally walks over to your base, and if you're anything like me, you might have villagers stationed all over the place, so it's really annoying, and you kind of like use one of the other guys to take out the bannerhead. That, however, is no more, because instead, you can go ahead and safely take out the bannerhead over at your base, looting or not, and you're going to be guaranteed a random bottle. Not so much random, but the level is completely random. Could be Bad Omen 1, could be all the way up to 5. Now, if you're also anything like me and you spend quite a bit of time outdoors at your base, maybe say building another part of your base, a house or something like that, then you might know how common these patrols are. Thinking about this in the context of how relatively common the pillager patrol is, and oh boy, farming up raids, or at least farming up the big power to get the raid, it's going to be easier than ever before. And that's not even talking about the other thing that gets me so enticed and excited about it. Like, we didn't even factor in the fact that pillager outposts, they of course exist, and at pillager outposts, bannerheads can spawn here. And anyways, for my next trick, it's back over to the bannerhead. Go ahead and continue slaughtering these things, and just like this, effectively, inside of my inventory, I now have not one, not two, but 3 raids waiting, queued up, and ready to go. So now, from that point on, I could say maybe head out into the world, go over to that village, or go over to this local village. I could say stand here and decide to drink one of these raid bottles. There's no animation in third person. It's really quite broken. But anyways, I could drink one of these raid bottles and kick off a raid, or I could continue to pile up more raids and say until I have a stack of raids and take them on later. Alternatively, next up, it's over to the local trial chambers. And I don't know if I can do this right. I got 3 spawners over there. If I can get close enough to one spawner, just one, maybe the front one, silverfish, no big deal. If I can get close enough to only the silverfish, only the silverfish trial, I'll drop a couple of these things in and they should run right over to me. Oh, head step right down. Now, this is a little bit of more of a luck or chance-based thing. Unfortunately, going into one of these things, there's no way to know for sure. Will you get lucky and get the bottle? Or are you gonna get something else? Over on the Waddles YouTube channel, with that fresh new picture, by the way, over on the playlist tab, I have all of my videos organized into like different categories, basically. Inside of the Minecraft 1.21 playlist, there is this recent video. And inside of this video, we took a look at loot. Now, there's no way of knowing for sure how the loot tables will end up looking by the release of Minecraft 1.21, but one thing for sure is I kind of lied to you a little bit. When I took on that trial spawner, I got a key. That's basically like the best reward possible. If I was smart, I could then take that trial key that I just won from the trial, walk over to the local vault, unlock the vault, and fingers crossed, hopefully, perfect, the first try. It's not really that rare at all. I could actually get an ominous bottle with a lower effect level on. On the other hand, you're something more of a daredevil yourself. You take on the ominous trial, check that thing out. No ominous bottle in the initial trial loot, but inside of the vault, definitely the more ominous bottles. And keep in mind the basic mechanic of how this bottle works, where if I drink it inside of this chamber, I'm gonna go ahead and get that effect in the corner. If I approach a spawner in survival with that effect, the effect transforms, and then I've got that effect for a total of 15 minutes. At least right now, that's how it works. Any level, it's all 15 minutes. But I've got 15 minutes, so that's not like 1 bottle per spawner. That's 1 bottle per potentially chamber, if you're quick enough with this. Oh God, no, what have I done? I am not dealing with that. I'm sorry. That brings us over to none other than the Dog King himself. A misconception I'm seeing about higher Bad Omen levels equals more challenge from the spawners, but no, that's not true. The only difference the higher level currently changes is the amount of time you get the Trial Omen for. Alrighty then, so I hate to be that guy, but from all of my testing since the Trial Omen's introduction in whatever snapshot it was, it seems like to me, whether I drink an ominous bottle with Omen 1 or Omen 5, 5, I'm getting Trial Omen for 15 minutes every single time. I don't know if this is a bug that has slipped under the radar or a misunderstanding on the Dog King's part, but I like the idea that the higher Omen makes the challenge last for longer, because 15 minutes, in my opinion, it's really not enough. A couple of weeks ago, we had a lot of fun with the Trial Chambers together on stream. Definitely gonna do that again soon. One big thing that I noticed, though, is unfortunately, if you're taking your time in the Trial Chambers, the 15 minutes, that goes by really quick. I totally feel like if you drink this ominous bottle and up the challenge, you made a full commitment to that. So why not have that effect just inherently, naturally last a whole lot longer? Also, after all, get what you deserve. And anyways, after all, you could always drink a milk bucket and just cancel out that effect altogether. Now, another big thing. Oh, no, don't do it. No, thank you. Another big thing that you may not notice is if, let's say, you up that difficulty, made it ominous and everything, took the ominous effect away, and then finished the trial, you still get the ominous rewards. Next up, in the world of really quick reasons this new ominous effect is absolutely amazing, let's head back over to one of the biggest villages I've ever seen and do a raid. Over inside of this biggest village that I've ever seen, after doing a little bit of grinding, I still have those 3 raids queued up inside of my inventory. I could now go ahead and walk clean up right into the village, go ahead and drink this bottle, like say right here or something, and then all of a sudden, the raid Omen pops up. I get skulls around me, it's terrifying, but nothing is actually happening yet. The villagers don't really care, they're just walking around. Now, if I'm quick enough, as in quicker than 30 seconds, I could say, maybe change my mind, drink this milk bucket, and all of a sudden, there is no raid. Now, the tragic part about this is, unfortunately, I just wasted my ominous bottle, completely threw away a raid, which is probably not a great idea. However, I can't tell you how many times I've went to start a raid, and then I realized, oh shoot, I've actually completely forgot to say my helmet. Where did that thing go? Now, next up, this time around, the villager's fate is unfortunately not going to be as good. If I go ahead and drink this bottle, and I'm kind of inside of a village, as long as you're, relatively close to a villager, it's gonna work. But anyways, I have the raid Omen. Now my job is to find a spot. This spot over here out in the open with this log sitting on it, and I go ahead and stand around and wait right here for whatever is left of 30 seconds until the raid Omen goes away.
1 hour later.
And just like that, it goes away. The bar starts loading up, queuing up into the world. Anyways, the raid is now about to begin. With this block in specific marked right there, well, the raiders are going to have a very predictable behavior. So they're going to spawn in on the outside of the village, and of course, if there's a villager nearby, they're going to go ahead and start targeting that villager right away. What they should be doing here, though, is instead charging over towards this block right here. Again, villagers are going to be a big distraction. They're like the main target after all, but they're going to charge over to that center point of the raid right here. And I don't know if you realize this one, but when you take on a raid, usually there's a banner head that pops in with every single wave. That's how you actually go ahead and actually collect up these banners. If I were to say, go ahead and take out the banner head guy myself, sadly, it doesn't actually drop the bottom. So, assuming I locked up my distractions a little bit better, the raiders are now going to have a more determined focus point in the raid. That focus point, the center of the village, if you will, that's going to be the block that you were on when the raid began. So, theoretically, the raiders should get less lost than before. So far today, we've taken a look at a lot of cool things. Maybe I already got you. There wasn't something you knew. If you've been enjoying, tap that like button, and if there's something you know that I don't, drop it down below. Next up, last and definitely not least, the most amazing thing that you probably had no clue about. Oh, but before we go to that, another interesting insight from King B-Dogs. Attached to the tweet that we took a look at earlier, personally, I'm not entirely sure this is a bad thing. Bad Omen is just meant to increase the challenge. But to have extra 5 layers of difficulty, that might be a bit much. He feels like it's already a bit much with the raid. That's an interesting insight. I don't think there's any way they actually change the raids inside of 1.21, but I wonder if they could ever adjust that and how that works in the future. Raid Schmade, anyways, time for the Trial Chambers. I'm geared up with, I think, hopefully enough gear to be able to survive this thing inside of this room. We've got not 1, but 2 poison bog spawners. It's not going to be good. I have this ominous bottle, but I'm going to do nothing with it right now. No delay, let's go. We charge and the battle begins. Oh, it's a cave spider one. I mixed that up. That's actually, in my opinion, even better. I don't care about the skeletons. I don't even need the shield. It's blocking all of your view anyways. I'm so sorry about that. Spiders, leave me alone. 1 at a time, please. Okay, so, anyways, I go ahead and move far enough away from the spawners that they don't even know what's going on. Okay. 1 at a time, take your time. I'll be here all day. All right, so we're taking on this trial. It looks like I just, with that final spider wrapped up around the one. The other spider, where did you go? You jumped down. Why? You're afraid? No, nothing to be afraid of, my small sweet child. You're better now. And just like that, with not only the poison, but the poison spider gone, I finished not one, but two plain old the normal trials and one myself. Actually, 2 keys. Now, interestingly, observing the surrounding area inside of this room, I've got an ominous vault over there with the candles, and then I've got a plain old classic normal one. With the help of my key, I can go ahead and unlock this spawner. Give it a second, and we'll see. If I get lucky, maybe I get an ominous bottle. If I don't get lucky, I just get some other general loot. Now, you understand how these things work, right? Basically, because I've taken on the trial, I'm on a 30-minute cooldown. I've been talking a lot. Maybe it's more like 28 minutes and 30 seconds, but, you know, I'm on a little bit of a cooldown. I can do it again, but I can't do it right now. Alternatively, what if I say backed up, drunk the ominous bottle right here, got the ominous effect, made sure it locked in, and then went ahead and moved into the challenge, and oh, just like that, it's back. That's right. There's no cooldown, baby. Or there is a cooldown, but that cooldown, it doesn't apply if it's a different type of trial. You have a plain old normal trial, and then you've got an ominous trial. Yes, that's right, and an absolute W of all time. I hope they don't change this by the release of the update, but you take on the trial in the normal way. Maybe you win yourself a key from the normal spawner, turn around, unlock the vault, get yourself an ominous bottle, hang around at the local chamber enough time to decide that you're ready for even more challenge. Oh, shoot, I actually didn't even realize this one was over here. Do we get the bottle? No, that would have been so great. Anyways, you get it. It's the idea that you could actually get the bottle. The trial chamber, the 30-minute cooldown, it's a little bit long, but whatever. Where in the world did that last and final spider go? He's hiding. I can hear him. Where are you? Aha, there you are. Hi, buddy. Right down here. Buddy, right down here. Goodbye. It's so cool. It's absolutely amazing that I got a little bit unlucky. No ominous keys this time, but I could take on this room, unlock all of the vaults, including the ominous one, and not have to loiter around and wait to up the difficulty. I could up the difficulty literally immediately, and then go back to the rest of the chamber that I theoretically maybe already took on in the normal challenge, and up the difficulty again, doing it in round 2 immediately. So look, I really sincerely hope that this is how it's actually meant to work, because this is such a cool option. You take the thing on, you get used to the challenge, you learn it, and then you up the difficulty immediately. That's perfect. I really hope they don't, now that I've talked about it, and in one snapshot's time, go ahead and realize that it was wrong and undo it. Please no. You take it on once, you win the key, you get the bottle, you can up the challenge immediately right away. Maybe you get an even better key and unlock the mace just like that. And who knows, maybe by the time you're done with all of that, you could restart, go back over to the other end of the chamber, and begin the loop again. Yes, please. Yeah, it's safe to say the ominous trials are way better than you probably think. I'd like to send a huge thank you to my patrons that help me make content like this. The Duke, Pixie Phantom, Awkward Burb, Deb K, and Fateful Grimoire. Thank you so much for your support. On the end card is a playlist relating to the video and another video that I think you'll like. Check it out next. It's Ben Me Waddles. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.